That's a flashlight where you fuck it.
Yeah.
When I see Big Hairy Jesus, I'm going, it's okay to make blended drinks and eat pussy up here.
Right, so it's okay. If you need an article to tell you that if you have massive diarrhea and blood and cramping, if you have to have an article to tell you to go seek medical help if you have that, fuck you.
And you're running a fever.
It's Thom and Jeff.
Well, I think these guys are pretty darn dope. Dope.
Check for sound.
What?
Notice they're high, so this will be a good show.
Yeah.
In about 1 hour, we'll be through with podcast number 52 at the ThomandJeffShow.com. That is where you need to go for all, obviously, downloads and everything else. Tom
You
and
just
Jeff.
pretty much write it up until you do the rhyme, and then you're off the cuff, aren't you? Anymore.
If you want me to go, I'm
No, I'm
seriously,
fine. I'm just asking.
seriously-
People want to know.
I'm seriously thinking about going back to the old moniker. I mean, I really want to do it.
Whatever you
What's
want
that?
to do.
Can you just spit it out right now?
No. All right, so moving on. That's
What
a no.
is it?
No, come
on,
on,
get
let's
it.
hear it. Go.
You know what? it's like asking you to pee when all the lights are on. Yeah,
Right.
in the middle. The Thom and Jeff Radio Network is on the air, broadcasting from the mothership, the powerhouse Union Station, downtown St. Louis. And
Studio 1C.
Studio 1.
Something
I
like
fucking
that.
don't even fucking worry about it.
Yeah. I don't like that one. Don't go
No,
back to
I don't
let's
like
not
that
use
one.
that again.
Not at all. And speaking of peeing in public, remember old Blues game a billion years ago? We were here.
That son of a bitch.
Period.
We're at a Blues game, and I already got a problem.
Not together.
Not together. We happen to be at a Blues game separately. And the fucking line is a million miles long, and I got a problem with whizzing in public anyway. It just fucking happens. I mean, I could pee so bad, I get up there and there's nothing.
So there's a picture like 8, urinals just right next to each other, and each one of them has 10 people standing in line. So I'm in one line, and like 5 lines over, Tom's in one. Somebody realizes I'm in one line and Tom's in the other line. Hey, it's Jeff for the point. Hey, it's Tom for the point. And I'm just waiting. And Tom finally gets up to the urinal. I go, hey, Tom, don't you normally squat to pee?
And right
He
there,
couldn't pee after that.
right there, I just yelled, "Son of a bitch!"
It was like 112 people just started laughing.
And there's no way. And then sometimes you try to fake pee, and there's no way you can really fake pee, especially when everyone's looking at you, going,
Right.
"Don't you normally squat when you pee? Shouldn't you be sucking a cock, motherfucker?"
I didn't use that one. I could have, and I
No,
didn't.
but I heard it.
Right.
It's subliminally in your head.
He's going to say it. He's going to say it.
Here we go.
Anyway.
The litany of jokes follows.
You can hear the wind in his microphone as he sways back and forth. Coach is here. How are you, sir?
I am doing wonderful. The Blues, a big win over the Red Wings last night, which means one thing.
What's that?
It's November.
It is November. And you know what? I guess we got to discuss later the fact that does that mean they're for real? Are they for real yet?
You don't want to give people false hope, but what
Right.
can you say? 3-0-1 in the new era, as I like to call it, the Hitchcock era.
Hit him up.
But
Hey,
again, these have all been home games, and we'll get into this in sports. They
Yeah.
got to go on the road.
Don't bust your sports nut just yet.
Okay.
Kara the lesbian is here. How are you?
Oh,
Baby.
Last time I saw you, you were just going, "Fuck yeah."
fuck yeah. Slapping
Pussy,
asses and
fuck
getting
yeah.
naked.
Oh, just up, man! You work a stripper pole. I'm just saying.
I didn't know I could. I was very impressed with myself.
First time? Mm-hmm. Wow.
yeah.
Imagine what she'd do to a cock.
Oof.
I actually
We're
got.
only going
Don't
to have
imagine
to
it.
imagine.
Don't
I
fucking
actually-
imagine it.
I actually got front and center and tried to look where I shouldn't.
I
be
gave
looking.
you the little show. I
know
gave
you
you.
did.
I turned around and I
I
stuck
felt like
my ass
giving
in
you
your face.
I felt like giving you $20, but I didn't have it.
Well,
Maybe
$1
some-
would have been nice. Something. Fuck.
You
Should
should
I
have just
free
went.
Tom?
No, if I would have one of those and stuck my pinky up your ass, it was definitely worth $20.
She would have
Celeste would
kicked
have
your
ran
ass.
over and said,
I
"Hey,
know.
hey, hey."
Yeah. Celeste would have been, the hell you doing?
Hey, she don't talk like
No, I know, but she would have gotten pissed, is what I'm saying.
Why was I invited to this and not that?
Now we have to do it again.
Yeah, I'm looking around for a poll to try
It
to make
seems
this
less
happen.
fun, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's the voice of Moon, the lead singer of Greek Fire, is here with us.
Moon
Doesn't
just gave
matter
me a great
anyway.
idea. When we extend this room here,
Yeah.
we need to put a stripper pole in. So when we have
idea.
strippers and shit in, they can fucking go
strippers.
to work.
I mean, poles built into the table so they can stand in front of you. You know.
See, this is idea sharing, people. Keep going. You
We
know?
need
And
emails.
that big fist from Patricia's.
I've got a pole
Oh, that
she
was
can climb
hilarious.
on.
I'm friends with it
goodness.
on Facebook now.
You're
Hey, where
friends
did
with
it
the
go?
fist?
Fisty McFister.
He's got his own
Yeah.
Facebook page, yeah.
The
Isn't that
fist
fun?
does?
Yeah.
Who?
Fisty McFister?
Fisty McFister. No, it's the dude from Patricia's.
Oh,
Carl-
it's it.
Carl,
Did
I
he take
think
the
is
fist
it.
back?
Oh, yeah, it's his.
It's his.
It's never been used.
My name's Carl.
He doesn't
That's
use
my
it.
fist.
Yeah.
I'm like holding that motherfucker and it's his?
He said
Yeah.
it's never been used.
It's never been used,
I
though.
don't know if I'm into that shit.
Again,
now.
you needed to be there.
Yeah,
Now I feel like I got E. coli.
really missing out.
All right, so on the program today, I got a story about a naughty teacher. It is Wednesday, so we're going to do a yes game. Let's see. I don't know if this is the only story I really want to skip today, but if you heard the story about the Eureka Babysitter out there, just stupid, disgusting story. Another tampon story. This one's a recall, and it is happening in Missouri as well.
They found alcohol.
We got to ask Kara about that now that there's somebody in here with a
Vagina.
No shit.
Yeah. Questions for Kara from you guys, the listeners. Cockroaches on a plane. That's a story we didn't get to yesterday. Also, Moon's just going to sit in on the show as people always do, but we're going to talk with him about what's going on with Greek Fire. Sports, as Coach said, Blues, Red Wings, unbelievable. Email and Celebrity Wrap-up. First, our sponsor is Atlas Auto Protection, 1-888-591-3123, atlasautoprotection.com. Now, if you have a car that's 3 years old or older, has between 36,000 and 120,000 miles on the odometer, you may be eligible for a valuable protection plan. Now, all that is peace of mind when you're driving down the road. You don't have to worry about if you break down, if you have to have something fixed. You hand them a booklet, and that's all you have to do. Get your VIN, get your current mileage. Every mile you drive impacts your options at Atlas Auto Protection. So get your VIN, get your current mileage, 1-888-591-3123, or go to the web at atlasautoprotection.com.
Very nicely
much
done.
better.
Thank you. Let's do some email.
Well,
You all right?
You sound professional.
Thanks.
I'm sitting on this wood chair over here, and it was hurting my ass.
Is your pussy wet?
I'm taking care of Kara's ass. Would you leave it alone for a minute?
My apologies.
Okay, listen up, mail call.
Well, let's read some emails, shall we?
I've got mail.
Mail call. Gather around, everyone.
You got mail, maggot.
Mail call, sir. The mail did.
I got mail. Yay!
And I forgot to mention, we are videotaping today, too. And is this going to be up for people to...
On VHS and beta.
VHS and...
Yeah, they're getting rid of CDs, but they're bringing back VHS.
Yeah, betas.
I love betas. Do you remember the little beta tapes?
What was the one that was really bitty tiny? I heard DATs. Remember DATs?
Oh,
were
yeah,
gonna
the
be
little DAT tape,
huge.
yeah.
Those DATs were going to be just unbelievable. That was the next thing, and all of a sudden, everybody had DAT players and no DATs.
And all of a sudden, the Laserdisc just wiped out the market.
The first
laser disc. Remember that motherfuckers? Those things were
the first 7 or 8 point fests were put on DAT.
Yeah.
And the Stone Roses played one of them. And I know that there is a
DAT somewhere. Stone Roses.
in someone's box in a
Look
closet.
at that.
Look at that right there.
Look at DAT.
Who dat?
No, but this dude who's a huge Stone Roses fan continually, just every time I see the guy, is like, "Where's my Stone Roses DAT?"
Now you can say, I don't work there anymore.
That's exactly what I said. I said,
$2.
"Dude, it's somewhere, but I don't." He goes, "I don't fucking care. I'll give you $500 for it."
Give him my number.
Do you have it?
No, I don't have it.
Well,
but
we
you know
can
what?
get
And this brings something that we can talk with Moon about, since you guys in Greek Fire and Story of the Year have played several Point Fests. You've been involved in many, many Point Fests. Back in the day, every single band was like, yeah, go ahead and record us.
Plug it right into the board.
Go
and
right ahead.
And we had everything. And then all of a sudden, around 4, 5, 6, something like that. And we used to have the line of bands on the T-shirts.
Yeah. And then you couldn't do that
And
either.
then the merch booth came along.
Right. But there was, this is what's funny though, what I wanted to bring up, and maybe you can, because Thom has this weird ability to remember the bands, like the big 4 or 5 bands for every single Point Fest. It's very, very strange. So, do you remember the
Rain Man?
Do you remember the Point Fest with MC 900 Foot Jesus?
That was before my time, but I do remember it.
Wait,
Okay,
so I can call out a Point Fest number and you'll know the headliners?
No, I won't.
But
But
if you start talking about a Point Fest,
about
I'll
it,
go, oh yeah, that's the one with the Chili Peppers, or whatever.
it'll slowly come back to me. Modern Day Zero played at least 13 of them.
Right.
I did.
Might have the record.
We're chasing the record, by the way.
Which is why they didn't have a Point
have it.
Fest for a couple of years.
You can have it,
And
Moon.
they might be Giants was a staple for a long time too, and people still love that band.
But here's my point in bringing that up. They were on a bill. They were on a pretty good bill. And I wish I knew we were going to talk about this because I would have looked it up on Wikipedia because it has all the lineups. But MC 900 Foot Jesus, whatever Point Fest they were on, were the only band or artist to not let the Point record them. MC 900 Foot fucking Jesus said, no, thank you.
Where are they at now?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, and you remember
They're doing a podcast. Oh.
You remember how much of an asshole? I don't know if you ran into Orgy backstage at all.
No,
but those guys thought they were the next Marilyn Manson with the fucking makeup on and everything.
Really?
And they were walking back in that quote unquote backstage area, which everyone who's been back there knows it's really not that big of a fucking deal.
Right, yeah. Couches.
Don't tell anybody that.
Oh, look.
Don't break down the wall, man.
Oh, look, there's cheese.
There's a girl making the walk of shame, wiping her mouth
Trying to fix her hair all up
Right.
to make it look.
before she sees her boyfriend in the lawn.
But Orgy had their silver painted fingernails and
Yeah,
all their makeup on. I was like, hey, man, big fan of the song because I was. They went, yeah.
Whatever. All right. Well, so we'll talk more bands and music with Moon here in a bit. But here's the emails. Hey guys, and I'm sorry, I'm reading them as they are written. I apologize.
Here we go.
Hey guys, and Tom and Kara.
What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry. I'm just
No boom boom?
quite and boom boom. Well, hey guys.
You're part of Hey Guys.
Yeah,
which
you're part of
means
the Hey
Coach
Guys.
Jeff and you.
Right.
on.
Quite possibly the worst experience I've ever had is having a chick give head right after eating spicy food. If E. coli equals poop, then spicy tongue equals swollen penis.
Whoa.
I don't know where this is coming from. Did we talk about? Well, I guess we talked about E. coli.
We talked about sucking dick a lot, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Here.
On the show, though?
Take a shot of
My mouth was full.
Cholula and suck my cock.
Also, just listen to podcast number 4, talking to Kara about squirters. My ex was a major squirter, and we had to start screwing on a towel or on a couch to avoid a 2-foot wide puddle.
Moon, that's
On a
something
couch?
to say.
This is the same guy?
Yeah, this is the
Wow,
same guy.
He can pick them.
Yeah, he can.
It sounds like this guy's a great.
I think he's a carny.
Great interview.
I think he's
Yeah.
a carny, actually. She
Carney.
she maintains
He's
no
got
other guy.
He's got a pack of zebras behind him.
Your girlfriend wasn't a squirter; it was a zebra. Did she say she was part black and part white? She's a zebra.
It's a mulatto.
She maintains no other guy ever made her do that. Maybe Kara would squirt if she gets the right dildo or right penis. Not going to happen on either one of them. I don't know why. Eventually, people are going to realize you're just not going to take one, right?
Right.
Right. Got a pretty good would you rather for her later. Remember from the email the other day?
yeah.
It's going to be good. Jeff wanted to drop a quick line and say, hey, love the show. Have listened to every podcast so far. Just finished 51. And by the way, what happened to the Ballyhoo podcast? Just kidding.
He must have listened yesterday.
Yeah. We had a live podcast and we couldn't post it, Moon, because Coach over there tripped over a cable and unplugged everything.
Yeah.
The fucking blind.
I mean,
fucks up.
seriously. Guy
mean,
gets
they
the
really
park
do.
closest to the building and he still screws everything up.
Tom and Jeff are an equal opportunity employer, though.
Right. Yesterday we talked about, I guess there was a story about where people are taking tampons and soaking them in alcohol. For a quick drunk, women are sticking them in their hoo-has and boys are sticking them in their anuses.
Like rubbing alcohol or
No,
drinking
like
alcohol?
booze,
Like
vodka.
Jägermeister or
Okay.
whatever, that sort of thing.
Vodka.
So that's where this is coming from.
Vagemeister.
A Jaeger tampon bomb.
Okay.
A little Red Bull in there
Wow.
gives you
Shots
extra
of
energy.
vaginal honey.
Oh
There are-
my God.
There are a couple bars in St. Louis that are doing the tampon bombs.
They're in North County.
Come on up right now and sit on the tampon for the next
my
2
God.
songs only.
It might not be brand name.
To shed some medical light on the topic, the reason alcohol in your stink or your pink gets you drunk is because when it absorbs directly through the tissues. Alcohol goes straight into your bloodstream, which is what we talked about yesterday. Conversely, when you drink alcohol, it goes through your bloodstream. Okay, yeah, we get all that. By the way, do not try that shit on a show or a TAJ Investigates because people have actually died from doing this. Alcohol poisoning.
I don't understand how that's possible, though, because when you soak a tampon in something wet, it expands.
Right.
So, it gets really big.
It's supposed to hold liquid, not release liquid, and that's what the doctors say.
I mean, it doesn't release it, but I'm sure it could soak it up.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It said in the article was it's designed to hold liquid, not release it. Therefore,
Right.
how does it get you drunk if
Right.
it's just holding?
But I mean, I don't know how it
The proper
can
way
be.
to do it is, according to Law and Order SVU, is just to fucking
I
sit
just
on
don't
a bottle.
understand how it can be inserted.
Sit on a bottle.
I'm not kidding you.
Right.
Drink
I
it from the other end.
The
I
lady,
just don't know how it could be inserted because, you've seen how a tampon works. There's the little thing and you
Here,
got to
show
push
me.
it. I don't have one with
Yeah,
me.
because that'd be sexy.
I'd watch it.
But I mean, when a tampon gets wet, it gets really big. I just
Tell me
don't
you
see
wouldn't
how it
watch
could get
it.
in there, especially in an
watch it?
asshole.
No.
Yeah, you would.
No, I would not.
Yeah, you would.
I wouldn't.
Well, then you'll turn away and I'll watch.
Can you do it on your own? Can you do it on your own time, possibly? Is that all right?
We are filming. You can watch it later.
Okay. I will not watch it right now.
Maybe later.
All right, next email. Just listen to Podcast 51 wanted to comment on the smoking bans here in Florida. Hey, we got a listener in Florida.
Awesome.
Yes. FLA.
Fly.
Countless counties have passed bans, and now there is a push for smoking bans in all public places like parks and walkways and streets. This is my problem with the bans. They start one place and wind up in another. The second issue is the rights as a property owner to set the rules of their establishment. In the end, it's a law to regulate something that is already regulating itself. It's kind of the point I was making yesterday.
Yeah.
If a bar goes no smoking and it shuts down because nobody wants to go there, then it's kind of regulating itself. And we talked about also that even though you're not supposed to smoke in bars, most bars, when you walk in there, people are going to smoke. If you don't like it, don't go there, right? Let's see. If you go to a bar and there's going to be smoking, that's going to be happening. There's no need to punish personal liberties of a few, regardless of how disliked the behavior is. Just my 2 cents, and I'm a non-smoker, by the way. Keep up the funny. Cheers from Florida, James.
Thank you, James.
Last one. First of all, this is from Lori. I told you the Broncos rocked.
Oh, see now. Oh,
First of all, let's all talk to Jesus before.
That reminds me of something I wanted to bring up.
Lori,
I was number 15, Tim Tebow, as he completes 2 passes to make the Broncos win in Kansas City.
A starting quarterback has 2 passes for 15 yards and still wins.
Lori, why?
Is this pee-wee football?
Why, Lori? Do you have to hurt me that way?
I love Coach in the chopper. Hope he has a shoot. It's a poop shoot. Yesterday, I wondered why Thom got all of the blowjobs from Kara the lesbian. Remember when I asked that? And she says, Jeff, the reason Thom gets the girls is because you're married, duh. But these are hypothetical blowjobs because Kara's not going to blow anybody. I'd like to get a hypothetical one at least. Is that okay? Can you hypothetically just...
No, see,
I don't think she can.
Hypothetically, I don't ever see Kara sucking my cock. Hypothetically, I see me taking a quick lap, like a quick bite of a taco, and then I go, "Oh, I got a drink over here."
Hypothetically,
Oh, hi.
hypothetically, would you accept one if she had Cholula in her mouth? Or whatever the
That's the
spicy
only
stuff
way
was?
I'd do it, Jeff.
Okay, hypothetically, yes.
She also says about the smoking ban, if you don't smoke, then don't go there. And that's from Lori.
Hey,
Thank
man.
you very, very much, Lori. And the Tebow thing reminds me of something. I'll bring it up in sports, but I don't know if you've seen the Jesus Tebow jerseys yet. Have you seen those?
You've got to be kidding
Oh,
me.
you get ready to have that little
God.
hat on your head explode when we talk
It's
about it in
15
sports.
Jesus.
So just wait until you hear about it.
Quit surfing TMZ on the douchebag. It's Celebrity Wrap-up with Thom and Jeff.
Justin Bieber his quote-unquote baby mama has dismissed her paternity suit against the singer. Her name is Mariah Yeater. And all of a sudden, it all goes away. Oops, I made a statement. Have you seen this whore?
Oh, yeah. And what's funny is she's making all of her statements and showing all these pictures on MySpace. That should be a red flag right there.
Well, first of all, you could catch about 4 bass off her bottom lip.
Yeah.
I mean, she's pierced to the nines. And do you really think Justin Bieber would really do that?
No.
I mean,
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
dude, out of
Thank
all
you,
the
Moon.
available,
Thank you.
out of all the available out there, that's what he's going to do.
Hey, sometimes you
Man,
just
it's-
get in a tight spot after a show,
Oh,
man.
it's a kid 17 years old. You pretty much do
I think at
anything
the
that's
time
17 years old.
that she
No.
claims he was 16, but
Oh, even more so then.
He is so
Yes.
he is so well coached and so well informed. I mean, he's Usher's kid pretty much, and Usher has told him, "Listen, Bieber, if you need to do anything, if you need to go pull one out or rub one out, or you need to get off somewhere, just tell me and I'll make it available for you."
yeah, I don't care if you're in Tucson. Don't do something like that.
Don't do something.
It's okay.
Here's a bunch of DVDs, and once you flip 18, I will tell you exactly where to go to get this and this and this and that. The kid is well coached.
Well, and the other thing is he's doing Selena Gomez, so
Well, there's
it's not
that, too.
like he's looking for ass.
and that tastes like Cholula.
Right.
Don't you think there's kind of a don't you think there's kind of a 50-50 though, that if you're coaching him that much and he's a teenager and all that kind of stuff, there's going to be some sort of possible rebellion, some sort of self-destructive
In the end, he is a teenager,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
Yeah, but that he is well aware of his surroundings. He knows
I think
what he's
you
doing.
would like to think, especially at 16 when she's claiming this happened, there was enough people around to go, no, get over here. Don't you touch that. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody within arm's length of Bieber, they go, "Excuse me, step away, thank you." They want you don't get backstage with Bieber.
There's so many things that I can't stand about the kid. My 12-year-old daughter's just head over heels in love with the guy. And there's West Coast Customs, the guys that make custom cars,
Yeah.
There was an episode the other day where they made a car for him. So I recorded it.
The Bieber mobile?
Yeah. And dude,
Oh, my goodness.
you should see this thing. Holy cow. I wish I had a picture of it, but it's the new Cadillac CTS V.
Yeah,
It's
really badass looking one.
I mean, it's a Cadillac. And oh, by the way, where does the guy get the car? He calls GM. Yeah, Bieber called and said he wants us to build a custom Cadillac CTS V, deliver one. And then they just strip it down. It comes in cherry red, off of the lot or whatever. And I mean, they just strip it down. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I think I want some suicide doors on it." Done. And I mean, the whole thing is just blacked out.
I'm sorry for what's
they
suicide?
open the opposite
They didn't paint it
ways.
purple?
No, it's all black and black and black and black matte. Inside is all black, and then just the stitching of the seats is purple. That's the only thing.
Oh.
It's a badass son of a bitch. It's
What's the lot? What's the price sticker?
and it didn't say. I don't know.
Had to be 150 or
Oh God,
David Freeze's new
Easy.
Corvette's way cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
David Freeze is cooler than
Reason number 972 to love Johnny Depp. I've got a man crush on Johnny Depp. Whatever reason.
All right.
you had one on
and you know
Scotty,
what?
but-
And just like Leonardo, you'd be hard pressed to find a bad movie that Depp has really been in.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Totally
than-
agree.
I love Johnny Depp.
Other than the last one he did with Jolie, wasn't all that.
What
great.
about the one
Yeah,
where
the
he
tourist
was the,
or whatever it was.
What about the one where he's the greasy biker guy?
Are you talking about Crybaby?
Yeah, Crybaby. That's it. Yeah.
That's a classic.
It's a classic.
Watch
That when
your
you say
mouth.
it's a classic, everybody laughs. It's a classic, but
Dude.
Oh, that's a good movie.
What about What's Eating Gilbert Grape? That's a good one.
awesome
That's
movie.
my,
Well, see,
one of
that
my
kind of goes to
favorites.
the whole Leonardo DiCaprio play in. That was when he played he was with Johnny Depp in that
Right,
movie, right?
right. Yeah. Leo was
He played the retarded kid.
yeah.
We're not going
Oh, yeah,
anywhere, Gilbert.
So
love it.
anyway,
I love him.
the reason why I bring him up is he wants to be buried in a cask of whiskey when he dies.
Amen.
How cool is
Hunter
that?
S. Thompson
Yeah.
coming alive again.
He
love
says he got the idea for the booze-soaked send-off after building a cannon to blast his late pal Hunter S. Thompson's ashes into the air. And, of course, he's talking about this because he's in a new movie called The Rum Diary, which is the earlier life of Hunter S. Thompson. And he says, I could go in a whiskey cask at my funeral and everybody could take a sip. And I think that's just a
If you have,
Phenomenal idea.
If
As long
you
as
have-
it's Jameson.
If you've never read a book before, Leaving Las Vegas is a book that you will start and you will not be able to put down. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a great book.
If we could do the sports here, because I don't want to forget about the Tim Tebow thing. Unless you had anything else for the wrap up. Did you have anything else?
No. Let's go into
sports.
All right.
It's time for the bench warming 2-minute drill from the bleachers on the back nine.
You're gonna just shit.
Sports.
Well, once again, before the show, while we were accomplishing absolutely nothing, which is usually the case before a Thom and Jeff podcast.
Right.
We were lucky enough to receive from Rookie's Bar and Grill a nice fat order of steak strips with the Jack Daniels sauce on.
Amazing. Amazing.
The quesadilla was delicious. And
with
of course,
with pepperoni in it.
With pepperoni. Yeah,
It's
that
the
was
new bacon.
I like that. I like
and she didn't
pepperoni.
tell us either.
I
so
like
when I was like, ooh, pepperoni.
Hey, surprise.
A little pepperoni surprise.
Here's a little pepperoni.
The bread
And
was
of course, the naughty shrimp with the bread.
With the cock and balls drawn on it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Drew.
you to the
thanks.
cook, Drew, for your artwork on the meal. We appreciate that.
yeah, thanks.
Kara really enjoyed the
Yeah,
naughty
they sat
shrimp.
that right in front of me. Dicks.
Exactly.
So, Coach, it's Wednesday. What kind of specials can you get over at
We've got
Rookie's?
$7.95 steak night
Keep
tonight.
in mind we got high maintenance fucker.
I
over
know
here.
we can't. No, don't worry, Tom. There will be no green beans unless you specially order them. Steak and a baked potato, $7.95.
Oof.
$2 more, you get a salad with that, and it's not one of those little bitty skimp salads either. I mean, it comes in a good size bowl. It's
How do you
fine.
know?
Because I've gotten it many a time. Trust me, that's my home.
Because you put that bowl on your head and get a haircut afterwards, right?
They don't fuck around at Rookie's. They really don't. I mean, that is a top-notch kitchen back there.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking great food.
Well, and Joe Pro, who's videotaping, says you live out here, you never been, and now you got to go after.
Yeah,
eating
Joe,
that
you
food,
got to
right?
come on in.
I mean,
Joe,
it
Joe
really
is
is
not
good.
afraid of a meal, obviously.
Dollar drafts from 3 to 6 every Monday through Friday. You got after 9 p.m. 2-for-1 Smirnoff drinks. Cannot go wrong with that if you are a Smirnoff connoisseur.
I
That's
love Smirnoff.
Rookie's Bar and Grill, 1544 South Service Road, Wentzville, Missouri. Thank you so much, Kim, for providing lunch. I may not eat again for the rest of the day. That was
Hey,
good.
Coach, could you run down the wait
I may
staff
not
over there
listen
at
to another
Rookie's?
commercial ever again unless you're talking.
It took me a long time to get that all in Braille for him. That's a long.
And if you
Open my
want
ass
a to-go
up.
order, you can call. No.
All right, before we get to Tebow, quickly, Blues game last night was incredibly entertaining. I was on the phone probably the entire game, and I could barely talk on the phone and watch the game at the same time. It was unbelievable.
You have to love the 3-0-1 start, and you have to love the win over the Detroit Red Wings. Even I know it's November, but you got to feel a little more optimistic this time. You know, this coach has won before. And
at every level, by the way.
At every level. So, yeah, I know it's everybody's like, oh, it's the Blues. You know, they'll fade. I'm not so sure this time. I'm liking it so far. There you go.
Don't
Stop believing.
I got
boys.
goosebumps.
Ryan Elliott in goal again last night. What a job.
Yeah, and you know what? I heard this morning that probably Halak will get the next start.
Against Florida. And, that's fine. They're both hot right now.
Yeah. Here's what's amazing, Coach. Here's what's amazing. I know you're kind of new to following Blues hockey. Mm-hmm. The fact that they have the record that they have, but they beat Chicago in Chicago. They beat Philly in Philly. They beat Vancouver in Vancouver. And there was one other one. I can't remember who the hell it is now.
Toronto?
Toronto? No,
that was
wasn't
at home.
Toronto. There was somebody else big like that, but they beat them at home as well.
They beat Nashville.
I
didn't
think
beat
it might have
Nashville.
been Tampa. Was it Tampa?
They beat the Lightning Saturday night.
But that was at home.
That was at home.
I don't know. There was one other team that they beat that was
Let me
is
break
a good
out my
team.
Braille schedule here. Threw in the dumpster.
All right, so
Hey,
here's,
Coach, how many fingers I got up?
2.5. I figured I'd just be close. I wasn't going to go
it
right
was
on.
2 and the zippers down.
Okay. Oh, 2.25.
Right. So here, as soon as I
You
saw
didn't give
the
me time
story,
to fluff it.
and I didn't print it out. I forgot, but I knew that Tom, this would make your head spin.
It's going to make my head spin. This is sick.
Tim Tebow, as we all know, is very, very, very religious man.
Mm-hmm.
Before he goes out on the field, he takes a knee. and says a little prayer. After the game, he takes a knee and says a little prayer. And it's always Jesus this and Jesus that, and he's saving himself for marriage and blah, 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 blah. Jesus.
Hey, Jesus.
So
why don't you come down and sit on my left shoulder like a little fairy?
So here's what
Make my life all better.
Here's what somebody is making money on now. You ready for this? And you can look it up on your little computer there.
Let me dial it up on my little computer.
Tebow 15 Bronco jerseys. Guess whose name is on the back where it would normally say Tebow?
No.
Jesus.
Jesus.
And some people are really upset about it. Some people are really, I mean, even like religious people are upset about it, saying he's, kind of and Tebow has nothing to do with it, by the way.
Of course not.
It's just some retailer somewhere.
Pretty soon, everyone in Mile House Stadium will be wearing crowns of thorns on their heads.
Hey, as long as he keeps winning, right?
Thorns are the new cheesehead.
Although I hope he's not praying for Jesus to sit on his left shoulder. Jesus should be sitting on his right shoulder so the fucker completes more than 2 passes. Lori.
Although he had a win, I guess, didn't he?
This whole thing is going to end real soon. If it doesn't end this year, it will end within the next couple of years.
It will.
You cannot run that offense and do what he does and stay healthy. Nope. You just can't do it.
But can he do it like this until he learns to be a starting quarterback?
Maybe.
This is his first time.
You're banking on him developing an arm.
Well, he's got a great arm. He's got a freaking cannon of an arm.
It's all right.
You've never seen it. Shut up.
It's not as bad.
He's got a cannon of an arm, and he can run. He's just never done it at the NFL level.
The problem is he can't use the cannon because he's always running all over the goddamn field.
Is that his fault?
Well, no.
No, that's just what he's been doing for his entire football career.
No, and believe me, please don't think that I'm defending him.
You like him.
No. It's not that I like
Tebow
him.
Fan club.
It's not that I like him, and for lack of a better term, I'm playing devil's advocate here. But he's a hell of an athlete.
He's a good athlete.
He can run. He can throw the ball on a line, and you know that.
Yeah. But why doesn't he throw?
They don't because he's running for his life half the time.
Yeah.
Is that his fault? No, it's not.
It's just I think it's what's in his head. I mean, he doesn't look for the throw because he's in his head going,
it's not his fault. Right. It's the coach's fault.
I got to run. Well, the coach put him out there. I mean, but
he has to be prepared.
I mean, just go down the line and look at Florida quarterbacks and just tell me because
they all ran. For the most part.
And most of them played for the Bears.
Oh.
But my point is he's a hell of an athlete, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
he's got the reins of an offense of an NFL football
You could
team,
use
right?
him even like a slash, like they used to use Cordell Stewart, put him at wideout because he can run. You could mix the thing up a little.
Sports, great. Sports, awesome sports.
Baseball's over. I mean, I like baseball.
I like baseball.
And I like to watch gymnastics.
I like baseball.
Well, we can discuss gymnastics next
and
time.
women's volleyball.
I like pussy.
Women's volleyball.
That's
All right,
is hot.
We'll get off Tebow.
All right, let's
No, I mean, it's fine. We can discuss it. I'm like I said, I wouldn't want him running my offense but it's not his fault he's out there. That's all I'm saying.
No, he's not.
He's not prepared well enough to do.
He has a following, and obviously everyone's buying the jersey, and it's no secret that his jersey was the best-selling one before he even played an NFL game. But I mean, just look at the lineage of Florida quarterbacks and tell me where they line up, and they don't.
Our special guest today is Moon from Greek Fire. Thank you for sitting here through all the bullshit.
Oh,
it's very nice of you.
Thanks for having me. And I expect invites in the mail to all these other
Absolutely.
events.
Absolutely.
Exciting cold.
The door is wide open.
I wish you would have been there last week. So much fun.
It was a good time.
Why is
wasn't
that?
it?
I thought you were playing the lesbian card.
Hey, but it was still fun. It was still fun.
What are you saying about my look?
I'm not.
Nice.
I'm just saying it was fun. You would have had a good time. And there were cheap drinks, and it was a good time.
I was mentioning earlier. You said, "Oh, is she really a lesbian?" I said, "Yeah, she's never so much as touched one." And your reply was,
My reply was bullshit. That sounds. No offense. It just sounds like less of a lesbian and more of a scaredy cat. I in no way intend on being insulting or anything.
Hey,
but-
you're completely right. I'm scared of it for sure. It's fucking
Well, let's
scary.
do a little touch therapy, shall we?
Actually, I've touched one, but it was completely by accident.
Was it hard?
No,
Was his last
my
name Sandusky?
No, his last name's Haight, actually.
Hate?
Yeah. One of my best friends in high school, his name's Justin Haight.
Oh, great. Call him out.
There you
It's
go.
okay.
What's his social
It's
security
okay.
number?
He wouldn't care. He'd be happy I was talking about him. But
I'm the only cock she ever touched.
yeah, in high school he'd go around and
then
put his,
she refused to touch another.
put his balls in his. He'd go around and put his dick and balls on people's desks. And one day I was sleeping.
Hold
and
on.
It's your kind
Hold
of
on.
guy.
Time out.
Swear to God, swear.
He would walk up
Walk
and get
around.
his junk out and put it on your desk.
Oh yeah. And one day I was sleeping.
This is in high school?
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't
My
he be
God.
at Vianney?
Dude, I wish I was that secure in high school.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
tremendous. I love this guy.
And I was sleeping in class one day. I had my head down, and he tapped on my desk, and I put my head over, and I looked, and there's a balls and dick in my face, and I said, "Justin," pop, and I just gave it a little tap, and he said, "Oh, you bitch." I said, "Yeah, well, don't put your dick in my face."
What kind of
I'm
reaction
sorry.
were you hoping to get? Ooh,
I've
let me
been
put that in my
sleeping for the
mouth.
last 55 minutes, and you're gonna put your dick in my face?
You wake up to that?
Right.
We're in
No
calculus, motherfucker.
No wonder you're a
Calculus.
lesbian, for Christ's sake. You know, that's your only experience with one. You know,
2/3 plus
She's like
9/16 equals cock in my face.
So Moon is in Greek Fire. Obviously, you were and are in Story of the Year. And before we even get to Greek Fire, I want to relate my first experience with Story of the Year. And I was obviously late to the party with Story of the Year because I was gone from the point when you guys kind of really first hit the point and were heavy duty on the point. And that was shortly after they put Tom and I back together. And if the parts of this that are inaccurate, please help me out because it's kind of,
fuzzy.
Because when Tom and I first got back together, I went right back to therapy. But we
should have never quit.
Right. This is it. This is my therapy. Are you kidding me? So we were doing the afternoon show, and Tommy the boss came in and said, "Hey, a couple of guys from Story of the Year want to come in because they want to promote a charity event that's going on for somebody," and it was either a car wash or a trivia night or something, and a handful of you guys were going to be there, not to play or anything, but it was for somebody that you guys knew. Are you familiar with what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was a big promotion because I remember it was God damn it, what the hell? I remember us reading the promo several times.
See, I didn't even think was there a promo involved?
Dude,
did it turn into one?
Yeah, we hit it hard because there was a cross promotion with the website, and they were doing a whole fucking thing.
Do you know what I'm talking about
I have
here?
the worst memory in the world, but we did do something that Tommy was in on with a good friend of ours' son that was in the hospital.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah,
Right. Yeah. That was the first experience. No.
Oh yeah.
But was that the second record?
Man, who you asking?
Everybody, because I'm trying to.
Somebody.
It's all a big blur, isn't
I've
it?
been on tour for a decade, and I couldn't
Straight,
tell you. I
right?
couldn't tell you one year from another.
Right, yeah, it all runs together.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense is certain pictures. I knew that. I think that was the year that I had the beard. I did.
I
a
do
mustache
remember the
for that
beard. I
summer.
remember the beard.
Yeah, I did a big curly, full-on like Civil War.
And you guys were
mustache.
discussing beforehand. First record was in 2002.
We signed in 2002 and started the record in 2002. It came out in 2003. We toured
03, okay.
for like 9 months.
So there was that, and then you guys played an event at Family Arena with a bunch of other bands, kind of in the same genre. Shortly thereafter,
Deftones? We did a Deftones.
I would never go see that piece of crap band.
We did a Deftones tour, or we did a Taste of Chaos with.
That's what it was, the Taste of Chaos. It was one of those
Family
package deals where and I was just like, okay, I'm in on these guys. These guys were phenomenal, fantastic.
The live show is just absolutely ridiculous.
Circus animals, fire,
right,
lasers,
and then you guys go on stage. And
there's a giraffe.
Yeah, I remember following them on the main stage at Point Fest one year, and that was the worst experience of my fucking life. We're sitting on the side of the stage watching you guys play going, this is fucking ridiculous.
Why in the hell?
It was Modern Day Zero, I think.
That was...
It was when we came off the road with Velvet Revolver, and we're watching. I had never seen you guys live. I've heard the songs, never got to see you guys play. We got to see them play, and I'm like, we're fucked. I can't do a flip. I can barely tie my shoes.
We can't play our instruments. We just flip.
No, but it's
amazing.
It's a fucking rock and roll show.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's something to watch. It's something to watch.
I've always had a great time at every Story of the Year show I've been to. And I went to see Greek Fire a couple times when you guys were at Pops, because you guys went to Pops a lot.
Dude, tell your story about Greek Fire.
For whatever reason, after you and I met, we had a little bit of a connection, right?
Yeah.
And for what
sexual connection?
Well, absolutely. And
Sorry, I had to take a stab.
it wasn't just about that.
It was
so much more.
It felt so real.
But for whatever reason, when you started the Greek Fire thing and you put something on CD, for whatever reason, he was like, "Hey, can I get you a copy of this just for your ears only?" And it literally says that on the CD, if you remember. And I still have it. And I met him in a parking lot, and he gave it to me, and he said, "This is literally just for you. I just wanted, to get an idea of where you're at on this and if you like it or not." Because I had liked the first, song that I heard by you guys that I heard him play. And as soon as I put it in my CD player in my car, I was like, "Oh my God, they got something here. This is freaking amazing." And I am the worst music director in the entire world. Nobody would ever want me to run music. And I'll tell the story that you're thinking in your head right now. 1994, I was down in Springfield, Missouri, and I think it was even the same week, Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus and Nevermind by Nirvana came out. And my music director dropped them on my desk and said, "Listen to these two, tell me what you think."
There's no singles on this one.
No,
Sailing the Seas of Cheese.
Even worse.
Hit after hit.
Even worse, I said, Primus going to be huge. Nirvana one-hit wonders.
Oh, my.
You didn't put that in writing, did you?
It's good, right? That's strong. Strong music director background
Solid.
right there. So I'm sitting here, I don't know, and I go to Tommy Manor, and I'm like, I know nothing from nothing, but this two guys from Story of the Year, and this song is freaking amazing. And he's like, okay, I'll listen to it. And he listened to it, and he liked it, and it doesn't matter anyway. And he liked it. And I was putting together, when I say I mean myself, and the point was putting together the concert for Crohn's. Yeah. And I asked him, I asked Moon, I said, "Hey, would you guys want to be on this? There's no pay. It's all for charity, but it's exposure for this new, relatively new thing that you have going on." And he's like, "My God, we'd be honored to." And I'm like, "Oh, okay.
All right,
I went home, I jerked off, and then I went to Mattern and I said, "Hey, that song by that band, they agreed to play for the concert for Crohn's." And he's like, "Yeah, we could probably get this, a regional act that would sell some more tickets." I said, "No, man, two guys from Story of the Year, this song, it's great." And I'm not saying I convinced him. He decided one way or another whether I was going to have it. He said, okay. So fast forward to the show. Second song is, it wasn't Doesn't Matter Anyway. It was... What was the second song?
Who are you asking?
It was Put Your Hands on Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we switch it up every night.
Yeah, so the night of the concert for Crohn's, the second song was Put Your Hands on Me, and he's nowhere near me during the show. He walks over and puts his hand on my shoulder, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm in.
I'm in."
That's great.
And
I'm
that was
in.
2 songs in. I'm in.
I'm in.
And since then, he's done worlds for you guys, right?
Oh, dude, absolutely. Point's been fantastic. From, you guys when you were there to Tommy to everybody.
And that was really the start of our downfall. Really,
yeah, it was
after
pretty
that,
much kind of son your life away after
yeah,
that.
it's like, we're going to take Greek Fire, but you and Tom are going to have to go.
Go out for Estelle.
I actually have to get out of here soon. I have an afternoon show to do. I'm just kidding.
What a dick. So, all right, so what, I know I saw on Twitter yesterday you were kind of asking the fans what the follow-up single is going to be. Anything decided on that? And how does that really work?
Well, honestly, it obviously is up to us or whoever is on the team that's involved, manager or label and that kind of stuff. But for now, it's just us. And the point, you guys, everybody has played a few different tracks, just to kind of see what people like. And I just kind of put it out on Facebook and Twitter and all that, just asking what people wanted. Fortunately, we have enough songs that people like where it's kind of spread, and there's probably 6 to choose from that fans are actually
grasping.
Yeah, they're actually posting about and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's down to 2. I don't know exactly which one it's going to be, but it doesn't matter anyway. It was a good first single just because
a great fucking song.
It's a good
really,
tune.
just amazing. Yeah.
Thanks. I think our approach has always been kind of like a tip of the hat to like not necessarily classic bands or classic songs or any of that kind of stuff, but a classic approach to songwriting and presentation and all that kind of stuff. I think that's why a lot of people don't necessarily get it until they see the live show, and it actually kind of all comes together.
It's very anthemaic.
Just the ramp up to Doesn't Matter Anyway. I mean, it's a production. I mean, you can hear it. It's well produced, and it's like, holy shit, what the hell is he going to sing? And then those first lyrics hit, and you go, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, and then Put Your Hands on Me just kicks you in the balls right at the beginning. As soon as the count off starts, it's like boom, goes right into it. It's I mean, it's an amazing song.
Well, thanks. Yeah, we want it to be a classic approach that's kind of been forgot about in modern rock as of now, but still offer a very futuristic sort of new twist. So we're not classified in any sense as like a throwback band or a tribute band. We're not trying to show you our influences and say, hey, we're the new Led Zeppelin or we're the new
whatever.
Right. We're trying to do a very new thing with a classic approach. You know what I'm saying?
And quickly, not quickly, but explain the concept of going to Dan and all the other guys in Story of the Year and saying, hey, me and one of the guys from Story of the Year are going to go do this little. I mean, is there any? I know the Fuck Off and Dies are doing their own thing too with Dan. Right. But is there ever any animosity there to where you got something else going on, and how come you're not 100% with Story of the Year? And
no.
Or is it just play on your relationship as friends and everything's okay?
Well, there's never been a single ounce of animosity ever. There was a little bit of weirdness in the beginning just because none of us had ever done that before. So obviously, just being the first one to mention it or say anything, it was weird on our part. But
do you think there was any? Why did you pick?
No,
him
no.
over me, or why are you two teaming up? Or
no, I mean it
had to be.
It's because I like him better than you.
No, I'm just saying.
He's so much cuter and sex sells.
No, but as a functioning unit, as an established act, as what SOTY was and is. I mean, to go. All right, I'm going to do this for a little bit. I mean, I understand why, and I understand the unit is still a unit, but that first initial phone call or meeting or whatever it is, it's got to be a little awkward.
Well, I definitely haven't talked about this much at all because most people don't know what they're talking about or don't ask the right questions. But because you guys do know so much about us and we're all close, and cut me off if my story gets too lengthy here.
I'll put a fart noise in, and that means to move it along.
No, they the guys have been great. We were I don't know if we were writing a record or what, but over the course of 10 years of working together, first and foremost, none of us really come from the same background, which kind of makes Story what it is, and it kind of makes it fun for all of us to write together and that kind of stuff because none of us are writing our first sense. So like we're not writing from a perspective of this is the bands we listen to, so we're going to sound like that, and let's all write.
So you're not writing from your influences,
right? Yeah. Like, which I think is something that kind of benefited us, especially in the first record, because I don't know. I'm sure you can find something that we sound like from that first record, but a lot of people were crediting us with, justified or not, with wow, this sounds kind of different. It's kind of a new twist on this or something, and then it had nothing to do with intention or any of that. It was just 5 dudes from 5 different backgrounds putting their stamp on something. So when we did the second record, not many people know this. Ryan and I actually hated each other. Hated.
I don't know what it's like to work with someone you hate.
Yeah, what is that like? You shut the fuck up and let him tell his story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself.
We truly hated each other. I without getting down to details or whatever.
I understand. Yes.
Yeah. He just. We're both very similar.
Is it because he's a lazy fuck that doesn't prepare? Is that what it is?
That's
a question of hygiene?
That's what he thought I was.
Oh,
he thought that I just didn't care, and I was.
I am about ready to blow my fucking top.
Here goes his attitude.
Well, if you listen to the whole story, this might help you guys.
Okay, all right.
A little counseling session.
Can I lay on the couch?
This is how we worked out our relationship.
Okay.
Now we're both very headstrong people, and he wanted to do something with the second record that a couple of guys wanted to do, a couple of us didn't, and I don't take things very well if I feel like it's a bad decision, and I'm not very good at just sitting and saying, "Oh, it's a great
going
idea."
along with it, yeah.
Right. So I spoke my mind, which made me an enemy very, very quickly, and we had different goals, different intentions, and it was a rough year. That whole second record cycle was freaking rough, man. Like rough in relationships. None of us, we didn't fight or any of that kind of stuff. We just
Just kept it in?
I kept it in so much that I kind of went insane. Like, a lot of my personality now isn't what it was before that whole thing, because good or bad, because I just kind of I really did lose it. Like, you talking about therapy?
Mm-hmm.
I never even considered it. I thought it was kind of hokey. I had to put myself in therapy for
Yeah.
I lost it.
Well,
So-
and you know what? And not to cut you off, but you said to if it was boring. No, I'm joking. No, I'm completely joking.
I think it's fascinating.
It
I really
is,
do.
but to your point of your different personality, maybe it's because you're a front man of a band now, but you are much more open and much more of
a presence.
Yeah, you're much more of an open personality now than you were before. At least. I don't know if you credit with the reason.
But that wasn't. I mean, that he's playing a part in a different play, and now this is a new.
Dan would have been more of the focal point, talked most of the time. Or when you guys did interviews, how did that work?
Oh,
did everyone talk, or did?
Well, that's the funny thing. Dan never liked doing interviews. He
really
he kind of
with us.
He kind of hates people.
Oh, there.
Dan doesn't like people.
No. I'll take that.
Who's
back.
that bald fuck for the point?
I ain't going in there.
Dan is the coolest dude. Super simple. He's very simple. And when a lot of people were asking a lot of things of him, he didn't know exactly how to take that. And with interviews, sometimes he would just hit it, and know what to say, and sometimes he would just say the wrong thing. So
Dude,
a lot of us had to be there.
As guys asking the questions, I mean, we all talk about band interviews and this and that, but for like bands that we're fans of, at least on my end, I don't know how to truly convey like being a true fan and asking a true question other than going, "You guys are fucking good," and then hit play.
Well,
I mean, seriously, because you get. I mean, if you do this job for any sort of period of time, you get the bands where you go, "So you guys just came from Cleveland? How was Cleveland?"
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and
I want to get away.
And the other end of that is, and Scott can speak on this just as well, is I'm sitting here going, I can't believe Dan was anything but a good interview, because you guys have always been, and so has Modern Day Zero, and so has Brooke Royal. But you got to think about that's when you're in St. Louis, but when you're in freaking Omaha, Nebraska,
and they don't know shit,
and they don't know anything about you,
right? Yeah.
Then it's a little tougher to be a great interview,
well,
right?
The problem,
and
is,
the talent interviewing is much less.
Better too.
Well, that's the thing. It's an art to be an interviewee, and it's an art to be an interviewer. And a lot of times you go to radio stations and people don't know how to interview you. So if you don't have the art mastered of taking that and doing your own interview, basically, you just come off like a dumbass.
Did you guys have to do any media training or anything?
No, I know pretty much every band I know has done that, and we probably should have and never did.
Yeah, because one of the
media
bands
training,
that one of the bands that I manage.
Is there a class?
Yeah,
Dude,
they brought in people, and they basically teach you how to run your own interview, like what you just said.
Yeah.
Where you're going in, and if they're not asking the right questions or taking you off another path, they teach you to get it back
to steer
actually
the conversation.
promote your record and talk about what you're doing.
Yeah, because usually
it's really a cool process. It's like 7-hour class.
Wow.
You're always there to promote something. Contrary to today, you're usually there to promote something and get out, and they don't want you there any longer than you want to be there. But
right.
So it is an art, and I'm not saying Dan was a bad interviewer. He just, interviewee. He just, and sometimes we did so many phoners back in the heyday. It was just constantly that it kind of wore him down, and he kind of felt like he was just, like
robot.
just saying these things, and he didn't even know what he meant.
Y102 in Tucson. We're on with Story of the Year. How are you guys?
You got 8 minutes, and if you go past that, I'm disconnecting you.
Well, since we're getting personal, I'll get to actually what happened. The big one that was difficult, that kind of made the whole dynamic strange for all of us, as far as interviews, and then I'll go back to Ryan and I, is MTV. He was talking to MTV on the phone, but when you're talking to somebody on the phone, you're not.
There's no personal aspect,
and you forget who you're talking to, where it's going, and kind of not that it's all about selling something or that kind of thing, but. When you're talking MTV and it's going to be on MTV News and it's going to be on their website, you kind of got to speak a certain language or you come off wrong. And Dan was just being honest and was like, well, I didn't like this and I don't like this. And of course they're going to take what's juicy.
They're going to chop it up. And
they made a hell of they made an hour phone call into a hell of a 4-paragraph thing to make him look not right.
Wow.
And you got to be careful of that, 'cause
out of context.
Some of it, yeah. Some of it was right on.
Hey, Scotty, hit something on the soundboard that's out of context.
Let's see here.
Never mind.
Shit, guys.
But anyway, yeah. So Ryan and I got together, and during that time, I was going insane. I was writing a lot of my own things just for my own health.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And
I feel like
what
I'm taking crazy pills.
Something like that.
Yeah, people were telling me I should.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Yeah. So so I was writing my own things, and eventually Ryan just kind of like swayed away from where that whole time was going, and we actually just started bonding over what we wanted to do in music and what we wanted to change and what we wanted to.
And you
not
guys
do.
didn't like each other.
Oh, we hated each other, man.
Wow.
Well, there was one night in Europe where we just started walking around the lake, and I was like, "Yo, I hate you."
Wow.
And
But
he
it
said-
feels good to say it,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
and he said the same thing. I was like, "This is why," and it was basically for the same reasons. We were just, we're the same people that wanted to do something so passionately that you weren't going to change our minds, and we were right. And then when that thing that we want to do made sense at the same time, we're the best friends on earth, and
Wow,
it's time to
that's
write
great.
music, and
That's awesome.
and we got on board with each other, and the rest is history.
Now, I know you said you're not here to promote anything. You're just here because, I asked you to, but you got a show coming up at Pops in December?
Indeed, yes. December 17th is a Point Ho-Ho show.
Right on. Well, congratulations on that. That's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
What
deal.
websites and stuff like that? Can you throw that out just for people that?
Yeah, Facebook / Greek Fire Music, Twitter, Greek Fire Band, like all that kind of jazz.
Gotcha.
It's
Just search Greek Fire. It's going to
Just
come up.
we're on
Google
the
Greek
net.
Fire, St.
Yeah.
Louis.
And I know you're on the Twitter at Here Lies Moon.
That's right.
Yeah, and Greek Fire Band, I believe, is on there too.
Yes. How
And by the way, I would
twat
like
a
to be
lot?
called Crickets from now on.
Crickets. I got it. Everybody here, I know people in bands and have traveled. Tom, you used to be a stewardess.
I was a flight attendant.
What's that?
I was a flight attendant.
Right. AirTran Airways we tried to get to this story yesterday, but forgot, is getting sued by a couple because they had cockroaches on their airplane. So bad that there was many customers, or what do you call them? Passengers, thank you, that took cell phone pictures of them, of cockroaches coming in and out of air vents and in the bathrooms. And I didn't know if you had any stories of any cockroaches on any airplanes. I got a great cockroach story, but I don't know if you had any at all.
Not cockroach. I mean,
By the way, they're looking for $100,000.
just the way airlines are run. I mean, I just remember those little puddle jumpers that you fly from St. Louis to Springfield, Missouri, the 42-seaters. They're called ATRs. And those planes sit on the tarmac for hours in August. And then all of a sudden they pop the doors and the crew comes on. And it's hot.
Right.
I mean, it's
stale
like,
and
just nasty. And even when they turn on the generators and everything and try to get the air going, then you're just blowing hot air through the whole fucking thing. And the owner of the airline said air conditioning is a passenger convenience only. Fly the plane. So you'd have a full plane for an hour flight with people walking on. I'm sweating. I got I'm wearing my
Your little dress. Your little stewardess dress.
I'm wearing my standard issue uniform. And these are people who go ahead and try to purchase an airline ticket from St. Louis to Springfield or even a connect through. It's expensive.
Is it really?
It's at least a couple $100. Wow. And how do you tell a businessman as he walks on an airplane, you could tell that he's, Joe businessman. You go, it's fucking hot in here. I said, I fucking know.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to try to make everything.
I give you all the ice you want, sir.
And that's what I did. I'd walk up and down the aisles with just ice and towels and just give them to people. Because there was nothing you can do. And there's nothing you can say. And it fucking sucks. Airlines are, at least the little ones, in my experience, they're a cheap operation.
When I first moved back to Springfield, I lived for a while with everybody's mutual friend in here, PJ, the lead singer of Soul Kiss. And he lived, and still does live, down in a house right off of River to Pear. Block and a half from, you can see River to Pear from his front yard. And this was the summer of 93.
69.
Yes.
Those were the best days of my life.
And there was a huge flood coming, and River de Pere was going to flood over, and the neighborhood there, the subdivision was going to flood. So they warned everybody, hey, pack your stuff up and get out because your house is going to flood. And PJ at the time didn't have his worldwide success with Soul Kiss yet.
Still.
It's not funny, man.
No, it ain't.
That shit ain't funny, motherfucker.
I think they're in the studio. I think they're in the studio, actually. He was, and his family still has a stand down at Soulard Farmers Market. At the time, it was produce, fruits, vegetables, nuts, things like that. And I used to work with him down there. His dad owned the stand at the time. I used to work with him down there as I was growing up. We were childhood friends. PJ still worked down there on the weekends. So he had a lot of produce in and out of his house. I moved in with him a couple of months later. Hey, the flood's coming. Get the hell out. You got 24 hours. So we pack everything up. We take all the furniture that we can. The rest we put up on milk crates. Hopefully the water's not going to get more than 3 or 4 inches in the house. House is barren. We leave for a couple, 2-3 days. The water comes in. His house is flooded by 3 or 4 inches of water for a couple of days. The water recedes. We go back in, go under the kitchen sink underneath there, and we left a bag of sweet potatoes.
No.
And the cockroaches were everywhere. I lived there for 9 months maybe, and I don't care how much you sprayed, bombed, fogged, whatever.
Oh, they're tough little motherfuckers now.
Dude,
they got a hard shell case.
They do. They got an armor.
Surprised I didn't know that.
They got an armor. I remember, I had my own bathroom in my own bedroom, and I remember getting up in the middle of the night, oddly enough, to go to the restroom, and without shoes on, walking across the tile floor and just crunching cockroaches, just crunching them as I'm going to the bathroom. And then when you get in the bathroom, and then this is a creepy thing to do. You turn the light on, and you just see like 150 of them scatter down to drains and into. I mean, it was just disgusting.
Fuck, he's up.
And cockroaches don't flip me out because I lived in the city for 7 years. But as long as they're outside, I'm cool with them. But if they're crunching underneath my bare feet, it's kind of gross.
Oh, bare feet.
Gross.
I hate possums. Just the look of a possum. If I got
They're
a
mean little motherfuckers, and they got hands too, man.
They
can
do.
like deal cards.
It's almost like they got an opposable thumb.
Oh, they can like deal cards and shit. They're fucked up. I'm not even kidding, man. They'll fucking walk up on a dumpster, pull the lid open, crawl in, crawl back
and then
out.
look at you and go, "What the fuck? I'm trying to get something to eat. Do you mind? You got anything? Can you pass the salt?"
When we first moved to Eureka, and our house is, unfortunately, you know where I live now. The house is sitting on the edge of like 8 acres of woods.
We're good friends,
right? And so we're really living in their neighborhood. 8 acres of wood. There's deer. I mean, I saw 5 deer last night when I was walking my dog, and there's possum and there's raccoons and all that. And you set the trash cans out the night before for the guys to pick up. And right when we moved in there, it was the summer, and I look out, and there's a possum just doing the thing. He's just standing there lifting it up with his 2 front hands, you know, like he's a human or something. And I'm like, Julie, come here. Look, there's a possum. And she's like, get that thing. I'm like, what am I going to do? I threw a soccer ball at it. And he's like, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, they're like.
She went and got a bucket of water and got like 10 feet away from him and threw the bucket of water. He's like, really?
Raccoons are like that too.
They'll look at you and go, "That's all you got? Really? You better kill me.
You better bring some shit because I'm going to eat my food.
They don't
scare
like
you,
here.
and then I'm leaving."
They don't like coming here because I'll blast that motherfucker. I walked in the studio one time, no shit, because there was a hole in this wall that we had to fix. And I walk in that fucking door, staring at me, 5 feet in front of me, like a fucking possum, just looking at me, goes. And I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker, I live here." I mean, my heart stopped. I'm like, "Oh fuck, it's gonna eat me or something?" And fucking ran off, went through the hole.
Didn't kill it, huh?
Let's talk to the snatch eater.
All right, questions for Kara every Wednesday.
Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday. Do you know what that means?
Eating at the Y with Kara.
That's right. It's time for Eating at the Y with Kara.
The first question comes from me. Who do you like in the Jets-Broncos game tomorrow?
Go Broncos. Jesus is on their side.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you bring the box lunch?
Actually, I didn't bring the box lunch today. I brought the
The naughty shrimp
from Rookies.
Oh,
go ahead, Coach.
What's the address on Rookies again?
1544 South Service Road, right here in Wentzville. Steak night tonight. Don't forget about it.
You get a baked potato with that?
$2 more, you can get a salad.
You didn't know you were sponsoring the lesbian, did you, Kim?
Watch the green beans. Tom doesn't like the green beans.
Yeah, don't
found that out yesterday. You can send questions for Kara every Wednesday at thetomandjeffshow.com. I just got 2 of them here, but they're good. Kara, would you rather go down on a pregnant 400-pound woman after she was running in the middle of July heat while she ate White Castle burgers and was squirting her lactating breast milk all over the top of your head? Or
she's considering that one.
Jerk off Tom West in a phone booth while yelling, "Get it, stud, get it."
Get it, stud, get it!
I'm coming already.
Man.
Oh my God, there is no fucking way.
No? Which
I mean
one?
the first one.
No?
There's no fucking way.
What point is the problem? Is it because she's pregnant?
It's the point where I'd have to
400
throw
pounds?
some fucking flour on her to find a wet spot.
If you were good, you wouldn't have to.
I'm not that good.
Moon's going, can you edit me out of the show?
Oh my God.
Why did I take my time to do this?
I have a good imagination.
That's horrible.
That's from Jezebel. So which
And then
one would you rather do? That'd be
She's all
lactating
about
breast.
number 2, I think.
That's lactating breast.
I'd have to go with jerking off the
Bingo.
town.
Do you think you'd be able to actually do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I used to have one of those. You remember them water things?
Oh, yeah.
And it was kind of like giving a hand job,
Right.
I guess. But I mean, I liked
I
that
wonder,
thing.
honestly, and this,
Kind of like giving a hand job.
I guess, right?
Well, let us show you.
I wonder if a lesbian could finish off a man with their hands. I guess they could, because you know the
I mean, I'm
motion,
pretty
right?
sure anyone can.
Right.
Because men could do it, couldn't they?
Right, but
I mean, it
we
can't
know
be a
how
hard
to do
thing.
it.
If you know how to do this, you can do it,
There
right?
you go. Okay, yep, you're in. Never mind. You're in.
Hang on.
All right, one more. Kara, God, you can work a pole. Wow, they must have been in Ballyhoo.
Oh, all right.
She can't work a pole. I saw it.
Stripper pole,
Stripper
Yes.
pole.
by the way.
Thanks for doing that at Ballyhoo the other night. Have you ever thought of doing that for a living? And would it be easier to do at Penthouse kind of place since you aren't attracted to guys, or would that make it even more difficult? That's from Sue Ellen. Last name Walton, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you for the compliment on the working the pole. And it's funny because Celeste and I are trying to buy a house. And
Wow,
I
congratulations.
Thanks.
It's quite the commitment.
Yeah, quite the commitment.
Yeah, but back to the stripper pole. Go ahead.
But anyway, I was talking to her last night, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm just going to go be a fucking stripper. I can't afford this shit.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I would. If I didn't have to show the woodle, I would totally do it.
Well, here's the problem.
By the way, woodle is a vagina, noodle is a penis.
Woodle. Being a man of the world, he probably picked up on woodle being a vagina, but yeah.
But I just wanted to tell him that a noodle was a penis.
Any strip club within driving distance, I'm speaking the east side, they all show the woodle, and they all, to make the money, they kind of have to bump and grind. I'm just saying what you have to do. I only know this because my ex-wife used to do that.
Right.
But like we talked about before, I would be like a cocktail waitress at a strip club, you know?
What about like a pasty bar?
Where's one of those at?
There's one on Page, I'm sure.
There is.
From what he heard, he would.
Well, isn't there one in Soulard?
No.
There's the
They're all in
there's
North
the
County.
social
They're all in
house.
North County. Everything.
Social house. I know they do body paint on Thursdays.
You could do the Queen of Hearts in Fenton. That's a rockin'.
The only reason I
place.
ask is because I asked Siri the other day something along the lines of a blowjob or something, and a lot of things came up, you know. Around
Where
that
can I
area.
get a blowjob?
Where can I get a blowjob?
No, but you don't want to go to those places because really, who goes to those places?
Well,
Yeah.
my question about one of those places would be is, well, you don't have to get your boobs out even. You don't have to get the
I'd
woodle
get my
out.
boobs out.
But what I'm saying is, I can't.
really? Let's
Shit,
see.
yeah, when?
I can't
I got
imagine.
them out last week, asshole.
you
had a
she
sticker
did.
on
Yes,
them.
she did.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, but you could totally see everything for sure if you were looking.
I was looking.
Joe Pro's over there going, yep, I saw it.
Yeah.
You got them down. You got them out in studio.
Yeah.
To see at those pasty bars, I can't imagine they make any kind of money.
No, and the only one that I had, there's one in Murfreesboro, Illinois, that you walk through, And every time they get off the stage when they're not on it, they go, "You got 4 quarters for the jukebox?"
Yeah, that's the way Queen of Hearts is. You walk in and 4 quarters, and they do the lingerie dancing.
And there's nothing attractive about any of it. It's completely 100% wrong. They're not even. I mean, it's.
Me and my roommate talk about it all the time. Well, we should just go be strippers. Those bitches make tons of fucking money.
They do, but they do.
Oh my God.
But you got.
You should
I'm
write for
sitting here working my ass off
understand.
every day, and I could just get naked and not do anything.
You got to do a little bit more than get naked. You got to pretend like you like it, and you'll make a lot of money. But
Be smart and be careful.
be smart and be careful. Good advice from Rockstar.
I'd have
Moon.
to work somewhere classier, like a Penthouse or the Hustler Club.
There you go. Keep it classy.
Yeah.
Keep it classy.
As classy as you can get it.
Well, you keep it classy all day long over here, sister.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
I tried
Looks
to.
good on you. We're going to do a
Give
photo
me
shoot
$20
after this.
if I can see you spread those lips of yours.
All righty then.
That face you made after you said that scared the shit out of me.
Well, I'm just telling you what you're in for. Then you got
I know, totally.
And then you got the guy walking into the strip club not wearing any underwear with sweatpants on.
Sweatpants, right.
I did that one time.
The answer's fuck yes, yes, yes. The answer's fuck yes, yes, yeah. Fuck yeah.
The yes game on the old show has turned into, obviously, the fuck yes game.
Yes.
And if you're new to the program, it's just 5 questions Tom and I ask each other. No matter the question, we have to answer fuck yes.
You went to the public showers to lap up pubic hair with your mouth.
Fuck yeah.
You eat raccoon pussy off that fancy deck of yours.
Fuck yes.
Chomping poo out of the toilet at truck stops is a regular activity.
Yeah, fuck yes.
You have Joe Pro come out and tape your sexual adventures with llamas.
Oh, fuck yes.
At 3 every afternoon, you suck on a tampon soaked with E. coli equals poo.
Oh, fuck yes. Whew. Hey, Tom.
Yeah?
Is it true you hate Greg Fire and you think they're a no-hit wonder?
You gotta answer.
In front of the gentleman? Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
Tom, is it true you lack good personal hygiene or any social skills whatsoever?
Fuck yeah.
Tom, is it true on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you go about your day with a bratwurst in your anal canal?
Fuck yeah.
Tom, is it true you indeed have showered with 10-year-old boys?
I knew it was coming.
Fuck yeah.
Rhythmic slapping.
And the last one for Jerry.
And Tom, is it true you consider semen an essential food group? I think it's right after dairy. I'm not sure.
I like chunky. Fuck yeah.
Pulpy. High pulp.
Well, if that doesn't lead into Would You Rather, I don't know what does.
We are not doing Would You Rather today. I told you that I would. But this last story that we're going to do before we let Moon get out of here is out of Schaumburg, Illinois. And one of the reasons why I chose this story is because I have friends who just moved back from Schaumburg, Illinois. And Tom, I'm sure you've been there a time or two, right? Is it close to where you grew up or no?
It's about 25, 30 miles from Chicago, and I grew up another 30 miles south of there. So yeah, it's
okay. This story out of Schaumburg, Illinois, and if you see this guy's mugshot, it makes it even better. But a teacher at a suburban Christian school has been charged with a felony after he was fired for allegedly masturbating behind the podium while teaching class.
Wow.
10 years or more in prison. The guy is 75 years old.
Wow.
If I'm jerking off at 75, I'm doing it in my fucking wheelchair. I'm sorry. He's been charged with sexual exploitation of a child.
When he was clapping the erasers, his face got wet.
Right. He was a math teacher at the school for 26 years. 26 years, which still he started when he was 50. He's so old. And so on Friday, a student at the Schaumburg Christian School reported to another teacher that he appeared to be masturbating while seated at his podium during class. Yeah. The teacher notified the school administration. They did an internal investigation. He was fired on Friday, and on Monday, school officials contacted the cops. Obviously, this person was distressed and upset by what occurred, but we're very thankful she brought it to our attention, unlike at Penn State. Detectives interviewed several students, and he was arrested on Monday. They determined that while seated at a podium in class on Friday, this guy unzipped and lowered his pants and masturbated while students were present in the classroom.
Wow.
I mean, I have been really super freaking horny before. But really?
Yeah, that's fucking
While you're sitting at a podium at class?
You at least roll your ass down to the bathroom or something.
I mean,
like a normal person,
like
Right.
a normal,
like a normal
Right.
teacher.
Where's the
at
weirdest
a public school?
Where is the weirdest place that you've ever jerked off?
Well,
I try not to jerk off in weird places.
For some reason, Tom, I think we want to save yours for last.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Give me a few seconds.
Yeah,
and I'll
right.
answer.
The weirdest?
first of all, there's an unwritten rule that you can't shit or jerk off on the tour bus, right?
No. The second is
That's what
all
I said.
fair-
I said
fair game.
you can't shit, but you can jerk off.
Who made that rule?
I don't know.
That's
It's just something. It's
that
just a rule that I've heard. I don't know. I've never
No,
been
you
on
can
a
always
tour,
jerk off.
Yeah,
those things look cool. I mean, I know it probably sucks after the novelty wears off after, I don't know,
Did
2
your
days.
bus have the little flip down screens in the bunks where you could watch TV in your bunk?
Yeah, and in fact, we actually had a bus one time that had a grinder, so you could shit in the bus.
Really? You had the grinder on it?
That's
What's
the way
that?
to-
What are you
that's the
talking
way
about?
to-
What's a
Grinder?
grinder?
What's
It means it grinds up the shit.
Yeah, like
So
when
it
you
doesn't-
flush, it grinds it. It's brilliant.
It's like a garbage disposal.
So it just
Yeah.
compacts it.
So here's the problem with
Yeah.
that. Every lady on the tour decides to shit in our bus.
Really?
There's a few that are famous for dropping some
Like a tampon in there?
bombs. No.
Oh,
just
for
like
just dropping a bomb in there.
yeah, man. I don't know what those women were eating.
Wow.
I've just been told from various women that they are far more disgusting than men. Like if you walk into a lady's
Oh,
john.
yeah,
I've
it's
heard
disgusting.
that. Yeah.
It's disgusting. Like if you go to a bar about 11 o'clock at night, you walk in there's toilet paper all over the floor, fucking puke all over the toilet. It's disgusting.
Nice.
It's because they're sitting anyway. And
Paper
there's no,
towels
there's no,
all over the bathroom.
There's no sane man that would sit in a public restroom in a bar.
No.
But women have to do
Yeah,
number
women
one.
have
They're
to.
like,
Why-
you know what? I'm already here.
They
I
gotta
hope you
squat.
hover, though. Do you at least hover? I mean, you don't sit
Oh yeah,
on the actual...
I never
yeah,
sit
you'd have
ever
to.
in a public restroom, and I always flush with my foot.
Yeah.
Always.
I'd heard that's why
So
women
your
go
feet
in-
are kind of gross then.
I mean, with my shoes, I always have shoes on.
Oh, gotcha.
Sure, at least when you go in there, you do.
Can you please take your
Right.
shoes off when you come in here tomorrow? I was just fucking with you. Hey, Moon, have you ever bagged it?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
I did that and I fucked with Rock one
What
time. When
was
you
that?
can't
Bagged
shit on
it?
the bus,
You put
have
a
to
plastic
shit in like a Walmart bag or a
No,
plastic bag.
you don't.
If you can't stop.
Yeah, and you toss it out the window.
No, you don't.
Rock was
yeah.
actually sleeping on the front couch of the bus, and I fucking bagged it, and I set the fucking turd on his head.
Yeah,
It was still warm, too. He
yeah,
fucking
we've
freaked out.
put him in the back lines before. Actually, Adam passed out on the floor in the back. We stripped him naked.
Wait, talk slow.
Should I tell this story?
Oh, yeah. Talk slow.
Play the sex music.
Yeah, strip-
You got that banjo music that you were playing?
naked.
Uh-huh.
And then, bagged it and put it next to him in the shower. Actually, then we put his clothes back on and dumped water on his, what would you call it, a poodle? A noodle?
Noodle?
Like that?
Noodle?
Yeah. And then when he woke up, he was convinced that he had bagged it, didn't get it to the trash can or outside, and had pissed himself. And we let him think that for probably a year. Yeah.
I can't drink like that no more.
Yeah,
guys.
he used to reference it like, man, I don't know. I mean, I'll admit
sorry.
I've pissed myself. I've done some strange things with shit.
God, remember Europe? Oh, man.
That's fucking awesome.
It's on our DVD. Where you guys know John Oakes, our old tour manager?
Yeah.
Well, he was starting to bag one, and we kicked him out of the bus, so he had to shit on the sidewalk. And cops
And he's a
pulled
big
up.
dude. He could bag a bag.
That's
full.
that's why we kicked him out of the bus when he started it. He shit on the sidewalk, and while we filmed it, cops came up, made him clean it up with his hands and everything.
No.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's
That's
on
why
our
a guy
DVD.
with Crohn's disease can't be in a band, for
We
Christ's
were in
sake.
Dallas, and one of the radio DJs gave us a present. It was a fake baby toilet filled with lemon Jello, and it had a fucking baby Ruth in the lemon Jello, so it looked like a fucking turd
Right,
floating. So I decided that it would be fun to really lay a turd in this motherfucker and set it on the corner outside the tour bus, and where people were walking down the street in downtown Dallas. So Paul from Puddle of Mud was with us. We're all sitting in the bus. We got the video camera and a curtain. You know, the front curtains closed on the windows. So we spread them open. We put the camera up. We're videotaping people walking by, and they kind of duck in there, and they're like, oh. And I start walking up. We did it for like a half an hour. We were fucking shit-faced at like 2 in the morning. It was fun, though.
Ashton Kutcher saw that and made a TV program out of it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I just wasn't that smart.
I hate bringing up our sponsor at the end of the show because it's always something like this we're talking about. Atlas Auto Protection, 1-888-591-3123, atlasautoprotection.com. If you think your factory warranty has expired, call their specialists now for your options. 1-888-591-3123. If you got a car that's 3 years old or older, 36,000 miles up to 120,000 miles on the odometer, you may be eligible for a valuable protection plan. It's just peace of mind you deserve on a budget plan you can afford. Call for details. Seriously, every mile that you drive can impact your options with them. Get your VIN number, get your current mileage, 1-888-591-3123. These guys have been doing it since 1998, and so they got something for you, and they will be there for you when you need them. AtlasAutoProtection.com, 1-888-591-3123.
Can't thank Moon enough from Greek Fire for coming on.
Thank you
so much for your time, dude.
Thanks for having me.
And the date of that pop show again is?
December 17th. And
Right
I have no idea where I left off that story, but I absolutely love Ryan.
Yes.
Everything is great. And, and there's been, and Adam. Don't forget his band. You didn't mention them. He's in a band called Drugs.
Oh, Drugs. Yeah, my God. Drugs and Fuck Off and Dies and,
That's right.
and Greek Fire, obviously, and Story of the Year still very much in it. You guys just got back from Australia, was it?
Australia and a bunch of islands in Southeast Asia.
Nice. You guys had a good time over there, right?
Most of it was exceptionally fun.
Some
of it was a little sketchy.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, there's some
In 2
stories
sentences, how's the food?
The food.
It's funny because there was a lot of tweeting about the food.
Yeah, one sentence, absolutely brilliant. The other sentence, shit. Like, not as in like it tastes bad, but like you eat the wrong thing and you're screwed.
Wow.
And then you gotta go fucking do your job.
Yeah, well, I
There's that.
didn't need it. Our tour manager took off and landed in the bathroom of the flight between one of the islands.
Can you imagine being the guitar player that spins around and jumps around and you got
your
bubbling
pants.
going around in your stomach? Like, hey, we're all wearing white tonight. No, we're not. I'm not wearing the white jeans tonight.
We're all wearing brown tonight.
Yeah.
Dan shit his pants.
Really?
On stage.
I don't know what that's
awesome.
like.
Yeah, Tom has never done that before. Tomorrow on the program, Tom O'Keefe will be here reviewing movies for us. Kara the Lesbian, thank you very much for being
Thank
here.
you,
Hey.
Kara.
Always.
Yo,
every week.
Coach.
Yo,
Solid, dude.
And
Thank
Joe
you.
Pro, Arch City Video, thank you very much for being here with your fancy cameras, and we'll see the results of this videotaping very, very soon.
And we will try to do it again tomorrow. Big hugs.
See you guys.